just about set to go. Just 3 games left in the regular season of Big Ten men's lacrosse. Johns Hopkins sitting pretty 4-0 in advance of the rivalry game with Maryland tomorrow.
First chance for Hopkins to win the Big Ten regular season title outright.
Colby Baldwin gets the first face-off assignment for Penn State in the traveling blue. Rutgers on senior day, dressed in the whites. They scramble for the loose ball, and it comes up for the Scarlet Knights there. A chance for McKelvey to advance, but he lost it out of his cross. Stoller, the impressive freshman, gets away from the ride of TJ Malone. He got trail checked into a turnover. Lehman closing in, feeds, Malone fires, he scores! The hard work on the ride leads to the Penn State advantage.
I think that was just an example of what we can expect here tonight. Penn State fighting to get a home game in the quarterfinals. Rutgers fighting for everything on senior night. After a lot of traffic in the middle of the field, TJ Malone, what a terrific ride. He never gives up on the play. Stalks Carden Stoller, eventually tracks him down. This is equivalent to a defensive football player hitting the arm of a quarterback. And the ball goes awry. It goes into the stick of Lehman, who slots it to TJ Malone, who finishes off what he started.
James Ringer has possession. Ringer's in the lineup. Jack Amon is not. Amon, a first-string midfielder, injured during the week. This is a swim move from Cardilla and a kick save by Frassian. Big rebound, though, belongs to Dante Koulis. It's a reset for Rutgers.
You talked about it right off the bat. The way he uses his feet, saves shots with every part of his body.
In tight, Koulis, he scores! Rutgers right back at you.
An impressive goal on a couple of different levels. One, Frassian just made the save on Cardilla, and the Penn State defense was packed in. Without Jack Amon to stretch them a little bit, they can pack in a little bit more. And this is just a great look from Ross Scott. Senses the matchup, uses the pick, and look at Koulis. Great footwork. He was wide open for a good 1-100, 2-100, 3-100, and he just had to keep himself from going in the crease. Nice feed, good finish, great footwork. Rutgers ties it.
And around a screen, Brian Brecht of Rutgers said, Penn State is all about pick game plays, 2-man games. Shake and bake move, turn the corner, and score. Wallstrom.
The interesting thing about this goal, one, they're running Wallstrom out of the box. He's a natural attackman, but they're running him out of the box, and they just like the matchup that he has. And look at the white jerseys. They're staring down number 21 in blue. 1, 2, 3 of them defending against the pass, but none of them slide because I think they felt confident that Mason Edwards had the matchup. But Wallstrom, credit him, gets topside, gets leverage, and slams it home.
Possession remains for Rutgers. Ringer, who had a couple of goals against Detroit Mercy, gets past Sickler, and then he's straightened up by Frassian, who had the angle.
I like Ringer's athleticism. Great first step, got inside. Looked like he rushed the shot a little bit. And when you rush it against a guy like Frassian, that typically is going to be the end result.
Sickler in transition fires, and Stoller eats that one up at his ankles.
And if you go from 15 without a screen, that's typically what's going to happen.
Reps that were vacated by Amon. No Jack Amon tonight. Knobloch isolating from the top. Sticks a foot in the ground, gets to the alley, gets underneath and scores! Fabulous individual effort by Knobloch.
Ground balls lead to good things. And on the sideline, you see Rutgers, Penn State battling. The thing's just standing there. And a great pickup by Mendyke. And that gives them the possession. And look at this move. Come back, recognize, hitch, underneath, stable your body, and then lean in. And not go into crease before the ball's in the cage. And don't go into goal mouth. Incredible work from number 27 in white, Shane Knobloch.
Scott works off of a screen. Knobloch ready to go again, this time against Kyle Aldridge. draws an early double. Outside heat. Frasian made the kick save on Curdilla, but Rutgers gets the rebound. He makes it look so nonchalant.
Yeah, like he's, okay, boom, kick it away.
Koulis lets it go, he scores! Dante Koulis.
Second goal of the night for Koulis. We saw the dunk on the crease with the fancy feet, and this time he's just going to get top side on a nice dodge, and I just like how number 1 in white kept his feet moving, coming off of the leverage. He gets a short stick matchup. Scott's going to show the pick, doesn't need it, and watch him underhand. Last few shots low, kicked away by Jack Frasian. How about some high heat? Frasian does not do a great job of getting his hands above his shoulders.
Lehman's roll dodge doesn't get him away from McKelvey. 10 seconds to shoot. Trainer will do that, and he yanked it wide. Matt Trainer averaging just under 3 goals per game this season in the Big Ten. Shot clock's at 2. Wahlstrom finds Malone, and he stings the corner.
This one hurts if you're Rutgers. You can never let up in the sport of lacrosse, but against Penn State in particular, and you can't let number 7 from We Are get lost in the wash. Just a sprint. Watch the shot clock. To your right, spot feed, step down, goal. That is a huge tally for the Penn State Nittany Lions with no time left to spare.
Not a lot of running room for Sidorsky, 29 in the white. Ross Scott will have the ball in his cross a lot. Beautiful move there. Turns back on the question mark. Had it shut down by Frasian. Rutgers, though, comes up again with a ground ball. Another second chance opportunity.
And they are dominating the faceoffs here in the early going.
Feed it inside. Scott on the quick stick. He scores.
Once again, ground ball work leads to pay dirt for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. They are playing greasy tonight. They're getting dirty. They're playing with intensity. The ground ball pickup by Peters saves the possession. And then they're just going to work it around. Again, dodging with a lot of authority. And Peters, beautiful vision, could see that thing about 2 plays ahead of time. Curdilla opens up with the double team from Penn State. That vacates the area underneath. Scott finds it. Peters finds Scott, and he finds the back of the cage.
Luke Mercer from the top, around for Malone. TJ already with the 2 tallies on the board. Keep it spinning for Sean Donnelly. Didn't get topside there on Hund. Sharp angle, score! Off the cut, it's Matt Trainer.
I'm impressed with the patience of this Penn State offense. They have the ability to microwave. Quick start off the bat, but what they did in the last couple of possessions was be very patient and looking at all the reads, if you will. Nice job. Sean Donnelly recognizes, comes around. The rollback is where he's going to see number 22 Trainer. And really just a spot feed, basically meaning if I put it in a spot, 22 in blue is going to go get it and score, and that's exactly what took place.
Already with 4 on the board, as Mark details, and in all 5 of their losses this season, Rutgers has scored in single digits. Knobloch bluffs it, didn't get between defenders there. Will Costin overruns the ground ball, it's still alive. Nittany Lions get the possession. Frasian will change fields with Parnham. Growing late in this opening quarter. Final 35 seconds. Sharp angle, score! The first quarter hat trick for Malone.
We spent a lot of time extolling the virtues of Shane Knobloch for Rutgers, and rightfully so, but number 7 in blue is the reigning Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year, and he is special. We saw him a few weeks ago against Maryland take over that first quarter and just do everything on ball. Today, off ball is where number 7, TJ Malone, is making his living. And there's nothing fancy there. It's just a front swing as the edge at goal line extended gets pushed. Defender ball watching. Malone front swings, takes the feed, and sticks it. 7
hat tricks this season for number 7. Recently named as a top 25 Tewaaraton Award candidate. Both he and Shane Knobloch sharing that honor. Often running from down under a sizzler. Aldridge, top shelf. Penn State's got 3 in a row.
We talked about the microwave, and they can heat up very, very fast. Brahms has been dominating at the faceoff, and a reason that he has been the aggressiveness of Rutgers. All 3 white jerseys crash. And watch Aldridge sneak out the back door. Nifty little flip from Chase Mullins. And Aldridge is off to the races. On the run, a dart past Carden Stoller. And yeah, that change of direction at X, the area directly behind the goal, maybe the best in the Big Ten. Tops in the country as well.
Curdilla, split dodge, rolls into the double. Knobloch floats it and had it stabbed by Frassian.
And right now, Rutgers offensively has been thrown off by the Nittany Lions. They're starting to sit down more and win more matchups.
Ryan O'Connor, the long stick midfielder, gets him set. Slow break here. A rocket shot from Brendan Leary that rattled around and out. Rutgers trailing by 2 and with possession. Scott getting away from Parnham. Big face dodge from Knobloch. He fires and scores!
This is just a sample of what makes number 27 in white special for this Rutgers Scarlet Knights team. Recall the big face dodge end of the first quarter, and he took a step or two too much and didn't have an exit strategy. Watch the big rollback. Face dodge, bring it across. Instead of stepping in, he steps away from the pressure, frees his hands, and whips it past Frassian, who was really puzzled. All the injuries that they've had this year, yet still performing at a very high clip.
Mark Dixon, color analyst, fashion designer. Love it. Snapshot here. Kick save there. Stoller made that denial on a bullet from Luke Mercer. Short stick defensive midfielder Donnie Howard setting a pick back behind the cage. Knobloch will roll against Scarfy, and Frassian finds that at the post. More than halfway through this second quarter of play. Lehman slashing in again. Costin fires, he scores! Mac Costin.
It's the old adage, the ball moves faster than your feet. And this is just outstanding ball movement by the Penn State offense. Finding Costin on the backside. Starts at X with TJ Malone, just comes back, and watch number 23 in blue to the left of your screen. He just keeps fading, fading, fading. And watch him use the defender as a screen. That is brilliant shooting. Donnie Howard right there is standing in front of Carden Stoller, and you have to imagine that blocked the line of vision for the Rutgers netminder.
He'll trade the ball for Ethan Long. Lehman from the top. Neat moves against Machika. Trainer jump shot off the outside of the post. He had Stoller beaten. He rang the iron. Up off of the cross there of Mercer. The trainer says, let's slow it down. Snapshot, he scores. Got to the alley and roofed it.
This Rutgers defense looks to be a little gassed. Penn State has certainly tilted the field in their advantage. And again, more touches lead to more possessions, leads to more rhythm. Penn State, that's exactly what they are doing here. Nothing fancy. Actually a broken play. Trainer senses a little bit of a matchup is able to get his hands free, sends it far post. Nothing fancy. Liked how he changed his levels.
Penn State opens up the 3-goal advantage. Duke Richmond, 21 in the white, the son of Lisa and Duke. His parents both ran track. Snapshot here, easy pickings for Frassian. Sidorski's inverted, back behind the cage with the Alex Ross hung up. Shot clock's at 2. No conversion there. Scarlet Knights kick it and get it back. 10 seconds remain in the half. Curdilla off the roll dodge. Peters had that one bounce away. Snapshot there off the outside of the goal. No strike. We have played 30 minutes. 10th ranked Penn State on the lead by 3.
You could end up as a 3 seed and having a home game next week here at SHI Stadium.
A Penn State win assures them of the number 3 seed in the upcoming tournament.
Panzermonium is waiting back in State College.
Unsettled here right off the draw. Lehman fires and scores.
From our mouth to we are's ears back at Panzer. Not the start you want if you are the Penn State. If you are the Scarlet Knights. Let's take a look from the face-off. I mean, we saw this early on with TJ Malone checking Carden Stoller. Different draw taker in Matt Souter for the Scarlet Knights. And I thought Stoller made the save. I thought he got enough of that, but it just has enough English to trickle and solve the Rutgers netminder.
Penn State maintains possession with Luke Wallstrom.
I really love the maturity of TJ Malone, number 7 in blue.
He hears you calling his name as Stoller. Made that save shoulder high. We've seen Sean Donnelly control the ball quite a bit. He's working it against Donnie Howard, former BU Terrier. Malone fires and scores. Step down city continues.
What a look from number 5 in blue, Sean Donnelly. And Malone just floats. When he's above goal line extended in the mix of this offense, he just floats. Typically on that left-hand side. Watch the ball go behind the cage, and Malone is just floating in front of that crease area. Head up, always feet moving, stepping to a spot, then he holds his stick up. And that's great vision from Donnelly.
They've had really good fortunes against Penn State here in true home games. 5-1 in the last 6 true home games against the Nittany Lions. Knobloch against Sweeney, fires that sidewinder, and Frassian makes the save, and here's the whistle immediately.
We're going to have a penalty against Penn State. This is exactly what the doctor ordered for Rutgers. Try to get back in it with an uneven man-up situation.
Ross Scott looking to the inside. That's flicked on there by Ringer, and it's turned away by Frassian.
And Ringer not only taking Amon's spot on the first midfield, taking his spot on the extra man. And so with a new face in there, it's not as easy as it might have been with number 33.
Getting scrambly here. Ball down. Rosati going to goal. Rosati makes the feed. Quick stick score. Had to have it. And Sidorski finishes.
Welcome to the party, Peter Rosati. Transfer from Dartmouth, has been injured most of this season, getting some action for the first time in a long time. And this is why the Scarlet Knights are so happy number 15 in white is back in the mix. First time grounder, look at him push the issue. 2-on-1, you draw the slide, slots it to Sidorski, who dunks it home. Beautiful work.
Ross Scott going there now. Scott again with Alex Ross hung up. Frassian there to flush him out. They settle in, shot clock's at 10. Ringer, kick save, Frassian. Ball scooped by Will Costin. Knobloch lost it out of his cross, gets it right back, rolls between defenders, and then gets de-sticked. For Wallstrom. Get it in the cross of Malone. Always a good idea. He was held He was fouled there on the outside. Mason Edwards didn't like the call. The Jeb Brenfleck, who often comes in when they're extra man for the Nittany Lions. Malone from the top, Lehman inside, crossing over Trainer. Behind the back, stabbed by Stoller.
They've got that experience of being on the sport's biggest stage. Heartbroken a year ago, controversial overtime goal by Duke is what kept them from possibly playing for and winning a national title.
Morin drilled inside there. High hit coming his way from Harris Hubbard. Penn State still in possession with 25 seconds to shoot. Matt Costin on the go. Costin from down under. A beautifully placed shot to the corner.
That's having your teammates back. Jake Morin got absolutely destroyed in the middle of that Rutgers defense. Penn State keeps the ball hot and then smooth on a Friday night. Look at this release. Wow. To the upper 90, far corner. A BB. You can't place it that much better.
This shot's off the outside of the meshing from Ringer, backed up there by Curdilla. A couple of goals last week against Maryland in the losing effort. Curdilla stops and pops, and Frassian is sitting there waiting for him. Splain in the open field has 3 goals from his long stick midfielder position. They rotate it there on the front swing. It was Ross Scott kicked out. Rebound to the end line. Possession for Rutgers. And 6 seconds left to operate. Scott on the dead run. Looks inside. This one slugged wide by Logan Peters. Peters works on the outside with Knobloch. Knobloch on the board a couple times in the opening half tonight. Turns the corner. Frassian got that one with his hip. Kelvey trying that lift check, trying to get up under those arms. Luke Mercer ran into the double. Gets away from Harris Hubbard. Fires and scores! A bouncer from deep.
Penn State scores goals in so many different ways. They've scored 2 off of a ride tonight. This is their second or third off of what you might characterize as a broken play, which means when things go off script and things get a little chaotic, this team doesn't panic and they know how to respond. Good strength, good footwork to keep his feet. Nice work by Luke Mercer to get to the center of the field and then deliver a nice shot to put the Nittany Lions up by 6. Rutgers is experiencing that firsthand here tonight, but this is like a death by 1,000 paper cuts if you're Rutgers.
Morin on the go. He cans it. Jake Morin. Penn State with a baker's dozen.
Penn State does it in so many different ways. You got TJ Malone off ball, on ball. You have Matt Costin with those different release points. And now you're seeing Jake Morin, small in stature, but look at them work this matchup at goal line extended to the left of Stoller. And this is like the water bug component. Just gives what the defense, takes what the defense gives them, gets top side, and sticks it. It's just been a few minutes since Rutgers has been on offense, but I like how they're attacking. I like the looks that they're getting, how they're spreading the field.
Koulis scores! It's a hat trick for Dante Koulis.
Really the best possession Rutgers has had in about 12 minutes. I love how they just keep the ball hot, relentless on the attack, changing their levels shooting. And that's what you got to do against a goaltender like Jack Frassian. You see Scott, I love his vision, and the step down from Dante Koulis, number 1. Much like TJ Malone on the other side of the field, Koulis just kind of floating above the defense, taking what they give him in the nice step down.
Ringer hopes to do that from the top. Speed dodge, jump shot, he scores! James Ringer.
We mentioned a few minutes ago that Ringer was looking more and more confident every time he stepped on the field, every time he touched the ball. And now he comes through. At a critical moment, when his team needs him the most. Number 31 in white, filling in a more extensive role because of the injury to Jack Amon. And there's nothing fancy about this. It's just a downhill dodge, getting to the alley, getting a step, getting leverage, and picking his spot. Look how he hit his stick from Frassian. Got it really far back, finds the 5-hole, and cuts the deficit to 5. Howard, but they don't have that confidence. And really, those guys were around forever, those shorties, but they still play that style. Very aggressive.
Scott turns. Snuffed out by Frassian. Matt Costin's next, 13 seconds to shoot. Get it back for Lehman. Shot clock's at 6. Lehman gets underneath, rings it off the outside of the post. Ball down, Rosati legging after it. Diving effort to the sideline from Malone. He gets the ball for Penn State.
Wow, that is a tough blow for Rutgers, who played pretty good defense in that sequence, only to have the shot clock reset to 60.
Feed it inside, bullseye. All alone, Trainer.
Hustle plays can make all the difference in the world. And when conference seeding is on the line in Big Ten play, all bets are off. Look at Malone and Rosati running to that sideline. I still think Rosati was closer, I'm sorry. But both of them busting a gut. And there you're going to see Trainer just get lost in the wash. Beautiful vision, great step around the defense, and Penn State makes Rutgers pay with that second chance possession.
Ross Scott picked up on the outside by Alex Ross. Bluffing a pass to the interior. Zip it around up top for Knobloch, the All-American midfielder. Good stick check, beautiful takeaway. Ryan O'Connor has flashed on screen at least 3 times in this game tonight.
Look at this handiwork by number 42 in blue. That is as clean as it gets. Beautiful stick work with the 70 inches of titanium.
They still call that the can opener? It looked like a can opener type check.
Can opener, pickpocket, whatever you want. That was a sweet, sweet dig check.
From the outside, routine save there for Frassian on a bullet from Summer. That has to make you, as a field player, feel so good knowing he's behind you.
Let me ask the coach in you and the goalie in you, as impressive as those saves are, as we got an empty net.
And a put away for Trainer.
How nervous does it make you when your goalie is making those saves versus, in other words, are those shots eventually going to drop? Because you can't make save after save after save.
You addressed it because your stick is supposed to lead you to the ball, right? From the, if in his case, the right hand's the top hand, it drives you to the ball. A lot of the times he crosses in nowhere, in no man's land,
right? But
he's able to make saves with knees and hips and feet. It's just a gift that he's blessed with.
It is, and he's special. He's different. And Rutgers sensing the urgency, forcing the issue with the double team on the end line.
For Penn State, Trainer began the day as the #1 goal scorer, and numbers like that won't hurt in his quest to lead Penn State. Koulis fires and rips home his 4th of the night.
The junior from Cordis, Ontario, has come to play. He has made a difference tonight for this Scarlet Knight team on a night where they owned really the first 10 minutes of this game. And this will be needed in the Big Ten quarterfinals. Rutgers will be on the road to start their quest to win their first ever Big Ten tournament championship and the automatic qualifier that comes with it to the NCAA tournament.
Not lasting through this game tonight. Nittany Lions jumped out, had the 8-5 advantage at the halftime break. A centering pass that's deflected. Frassian just one of the heroes for this Penn State squad that will improve to 9-3. Rutgers falls to 7-6 overall. That becomes official in 10 seconds. Parnham brings it along. Penn State, it'll be a happy ride, 225 miles back to Happy Valley. This one's in the books. 15-9 Nittany Lions.